What's going on, y'all? Y'all, I had to switch cameras because it was acting up tonight. I mean, maybe it was a one-time thing or whatever, but it was acting up a little bit. So, you know, it took forever for me to get my last video out, but it's editing right now. So, anyway, let's just get into something. I just wanted to do this random video because I know people noticed that I have not been doing the last 3 episodes of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and other things, and I just want to talk about some more things. But y'all, I just completely gave up on it. I'm not reviewing anything else Love and Hip Hop because at this point there's no reason to it. There's no entertainment in it, and for me to actually feel like it's worth talking about. Now, if something was to happen on a season, and y'all know that's just how I am, if I'm watching a show that I'm not necessarily reviewing, if something happens or go off on a season, I'll probably discuss it or whatever. But as far as doing actual videos each and every week and everything like that, like I've been doing, oh no, I've already given that up. But I know the reunion, I said it is going to be a reunion, and not just one part, but a 2-part reunion. Granted, the season was like 26 some episodes or whatever, and I just didn't understand why the fuck that was, okay? But when I tell you they stretched the shit out of this, they gave us a full ass season when they came back off of the mid-season. I was just really confused, but it is what it is. It is now over with. I did catch up on the last 3 episodes the other night, but yeah, so I just want to let y'all know, don't look forward to that. But I do want to discuss one particular thing. I'm so mad that they waited until it got to a point where I was not watching faithfully like I usually do, meaning at the time that it comes on, and for them to deliver the most realest scene and situation throughout that they had in that whole series in a long time. And that was with Scrappy and Mama D. Okay? And that's mainly what I will talk about, because everything else ain't worth talking about. I mean, Young Jock, his mama unfortunately got cancer and all that. He had to talk to Kendra. I don't even give a fuck about their situation. And I'm talking about Kendra and Jock's situation, not Jock and his mom, but Kendra and Jock, because she full of bullshit. Regardless of what goes on, that man is a cheater. You gonna still stay with him, and you decided to stay with him even though he had a break baby on you. So, I feel no sympathy for you. But this whole situation between Scrappy and Mama D, that was something that was building up. That was something that needed to be had. And I do feel like that was a real ass moment, because we ain't never seen Scrappy get on this show and cry like he did and choke up like he did and got so goddamn real, raw, and emotional the way that he did. Baby, I sat here and I looked at the whole fucking clip from the very beginning, not just from what was put on the blogs and stuff. I looked at the whole episode, and when it got to that point where Scrappy was in his feelings and he was just over it, when I tell y'all, I teared up. I teared up because I felt that shit. I was just like, this ain't fake. And you want to know why? Because it was a long time coming. It was everything that he been wanting to say and get out to his mama that he probably has said, but said it to her in private and she just wouldn't get it. And so let me tell you this shit in public, since you keep putting my business out there to the public, how you hurting me. And I know some people probably be like, well, he can't really get mad that she put it out there to the public because you the one that's telling her your business and you see it what, she be doing. And that is true. That is true. You see that she has a pattern of taking things that you probably tell her and either saying it what it is that you saying, or twisting what you saying and spreading it out there and putting it out there in front of the cameras on social media, or just to people that you did not want it to be put out to. But at the same time, you should be able to come to your mama. You should be able to come to one of your family members or whatever that you hold dear to you and you trust, and be able to, bare your soul to them without whatever it is that you're talking about getting out to this person and that person. And it's both of those. Two things can be true at the same time. But, you know, that's his mama. He's a mama's boy. He's a mama's boy. And she made him a mama's boy. But she can't take the fact that the mama boy is not a boy anymore. He's a grown-ass man with a family. And the fact that she can't see that she was hurting her son with all the stuff that she was doing. And even when he was saying stuff like, you taking my business and you doing this and you doing that. Okay, but you ain't got to talk to me like this and you ain't got, it's just like she wasn't hearing it. She wasn't hearing this man crying out for her to stop interfering in his life, okay? As much as she do, you know? And he has to take some accountability as well because, again, like I said, you know how your mother is, but you keep allowing it because you didn't check it the way that you needed to check it, all right? But you keep going back to her, telling her this or whatever because you think that's my mama, knowing damn well your mama talks too damn much. And it just made me so mad. Like, I understand you 58 years old, Mama D, but, girl, certain times we got to grow up. We got to grow up. You can still be the same funny, cool Mama D, but just more mature. More mature. If your son and your child is just screaming out to you and telling you to fucking stop and that I need you, but I'm willing to go away from you because you are making things difficult for me and for no reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of that shit was built up. And, you know, when he started talking about how he still got to live with the fact that he grew up in a whorehouse and seeing his mama do certain things and all that shit. And when he was breaking down at that point, that's what got me when he started saying that shit, baby. I was just, and he was like, I ain't got nobody. I ain't got nobody. I love my mama and I love my wife. I said, oh my God. He said, I can't come to you because you hard. I can't come to Ben because she hard. I'm just like concrete up in this bitch. Baby, that shit was some, that got to me. I ain't even gonna fucking lie. It got to me because, you know, a lot of us going through a lot of, you know, situationships or whatever with our family or whatever. I told y'all about the issues that I was having with my mom. It was actually my mom's birthday yesterday on election day. Election day. We'll talk about that tomorrow or later on today into what it is. Because a mess. A fucking mess. But anyway, yeah, you know, somebody had asked me on my Instagram when I was putting up the questions, were the situation with me and my mama and my people better? And I will say, yeah. Have we actually sat down? Well, they're out there in Indiana, I'm out here. Have we ever actually got on the phone and, you know, had a conversation about what went down and the reason why we kind of had that little, you know, non-talking spirit situation and, you know, things got different between us and all that? No. But I did know that my sister didn't want to come out here just to see what was up, go to lunch, but I couldn't do it because I had to go work, you know, and my mom, and we've been texting and everything, but we haven't actually had a conversation about what happened. It's almost as if it didn't happen. That's how they try to do things or whatever. And at this point, you know, I just don't want to rock the boat, so I'm just going to let it go for right now and probably bring it up later. I don't know when they're actually here and we can have a conversation, but at this moment, we're cordial, we're good. Like I said, the other day was my mama's birthday, and, you know, that was cool. And, you know, I will say things getting better. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that scene was scrappy. It was deep. And I just really feel like Kandi needs to do the same thing. I ain't saying that it got to be on public TV, but then again, it should, because you've been publicly humiliating your daughter, you know, and her husband publicly because of the way that you feel about him and all that shit, which is fucked up, okay? I just want Kandi to really just, you know, put her foot down with her mama sometimes, because ain't no way in hell that I've been married to my spouse for as long as I've been married and you still sitting here talking about I will get somebody else, you know, for her. That's messed up. But of course, Kandi ain't never gonna do that, but I just wish she would, but of course not. And some people feel like, you know, you're not supposed to talk back or you can't say certain things to your parents and all that. And I don't know. It's not trying to be disrespectful to them. You can, if you're an adult, even if you're a child too, You should be able to tell your parents how you feel. Tell them when they're doing too much. Tell them when this is not right or whatever. And tell them to calm the fuck down. But you don't have to do it in a nasty way. You don't have to do it in a disrespectful way. And that is where people mess up at. They let their emotions and their feelings get over them, overpower them, and they get real nasty and disrespectful when they talk to people because they're so emotional and they don't know how to hold that back and they're so upset. And so you got to wait till you're in a calm place and you can control that to actually say something, you know? But sometimes some people just need to be cussed the fuck out. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh my God. And speaking of curse the fuck out. Have y'all been watching Sister Wives? And somebody had asked me this as well. And I was thinking about doing a video on it for a second because I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up and I can't wait to see the episode next week when Cody snap off on Christine or whatever, or snap off on the whole thing, you know, and I'm mad at you or whatever the fuck he said. And then Mary gonna say, there it is. I'm so glad he finally said it. I said, girl, what? Now see, if you ain't been watching Sister Wives this season, I have talked about it periodically. This season really ain't much. It's really one long episode if you want to be quite honest, because the season is literally about Christine and Cody's divorce. Now I put divorce in quotation marks because technically and legally they've never been married, okay? They're a polygamy situation. He has 4 wives, and Christine wants to get up out of it. And at this point, you have 4 wives and all these kids. You're going through relocating from Utah to Las Vegas to Arizona, Flagstaff, and you know things just ain't been right ever since they had to relocate. You getting your feelings a lot because people are calling you out, Mr. Cody, about the fact that you do have a favorite wife. He had the wives Mary, Janelle, Christine, and Robin was the 4th one that we saw him get with and get married to on the show in earlier seasons, right? And in order for him to, I feel like it was to either adopt Robin kids because she had kids from a previous marriage, he was going to have to get married to her legally. He was only legally married to Mary, who was his first wife, right? They got a divorce. And he married her. And I was like, all right. Now, out of all of his wives, Mary is the only one that only bred him 1 child, gave him 1 child because she just couldn't do it anymore. That was just her body, you know, whatever. That's biological. She just can't produce any more kids, you know. And I'm saying that because her one and only child has already moved out. I believe her child is engaged to her soon-to-be wife, and I don't know if they're still together, but that was the last thing I heard. And I just don't understand what's her purpose still there. You know, and I'm saying this because if you've been watching the show, Mary got into this little catfish-like situation, and I feel like she was about to cheat on Cody, okay? And that's part of the reason why Cody has never really forgiven her 100%. And if he said he has not. And he has lost that I'm in love with you type of feeling and I want you as my wife type of feeling for her. They have been living separately as if they are just friends and not husband and wife, okay? I mean, legally they're not husband and wife, but their spiritual bond, I guess that's what they go through or go about. They're no longer husband and wife, and that's not how they're living, okay? And it's quite pathetic. And I'm saying this because you got Janelle, who is probably the stronger of all the women. And I actually like her because she works. She do what she got to do. She don't be bitching and moaning about Cody, even though she has her complaints. But she don't harp on that shit because, bitch, she going to get whatever the fuck she needs to have done, okay? Robin is the favorite. And, you know, I feel like she's the least liked probably amongst everybody that watches. For the most part, because she tried to act as if she's naive to a lot of things, okay? And the way that she's been handling this whole situation is her and Mary. And this is what prompted me to get on this camera too, to talk about it. Because her and Mary bother my spirit so bad when I watch Sister Wives. Her, Mary, and Cody. On this season, and prior to this season coming out, it had came out that Christine was divorcing Cody. So now we're seeing basically the whole process and the situation of how that led up to it, what was going in the middle and afterwards, you know? And so Cody, who, when COVID came through, you want to follow all the protocols. You want to follow, I get it. I get it. And so this means that, you know, and I kind of was on his side at the beginning. At the very beginning, when you want them to all follow the rules and regulations so that we can get to see each other. But some of them were not doing that. And then he became a little bit more extra with it. And then when I stopped not being on his side with the whole situation was when he kept on talking about how you don't want to get nobody sick, you got to do this, you got to do that. But your daughter, Isabel, was about to have surgery for her back, for her spine. And it was out there in New Jersey. And you didn't want to come out there with her. Christine and them have already been talking about the fact that he has not been spending enough time with the kids, especially during the pandemic or whatever. He spends most of his time over there with Robin and her kids. That's why people were saying that he has a favorite wife, favorite home to go to, and it's Robin. Because Robin will do any and everything that he says to do. Robin will use his balls as shade if he says so. You know what I'm saying? That's how Robin is, you know? And that's when I just was completely done with Cody, when he refused to go to the hospital to be with his daughter. And then you couldn't go to the hospital because of the pandemic, because of this virus that's out there. But yet you decided to go to a funeral that was going to be with a lot of people. Even though it was going to be outside, you still was going to be around people. But yet you wouldn't go to see your daughter have her surgery. And I'm sitting here like, what if something would have went wrong? And you probably wouldn't see your daughter again ever. And that'll be on your conscience. You really chose, you picking and choosing. And that's why they feel the way that they feel. And it's the fact that I don't know if they watch these shows back, because ain't no way in hell I'm going to watch the shit back and see how everybody else is feeling and see my actions and not say, well, damn, I get how they feel that way. I really was doing that? That's fucked up. Because this whole season, it is a woe is Cody, woe is Cody, woe is Cody. He's upset and blaming the fact that some of his kids don't like him, especially like Christine kids or whatever, because the mamas are telling them stuff, whatever, and making them feel this way and that way. No, the kids are coming up with their feelings about him on their own, and he can't accept that because he feels as though he's the provider, he's the good dad, he's doing his job. You're not. You're not giving emotional stability. He even said at one point that the older kids don't need to be around him or don't need him that much or whatever, so he don't need to be around like that. And I'm sitting here like, what? Baby, I don't care if I'm 30. I don't care if I'm fucking 50 and my mama's still alive. I still want my mama to be around as much as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, parenting don't stop just because you get a little bit older. You know what I'm saying? That emotional connection not supposed to stop just because you get a little bit older. So it was just bothering me. I said, are you serious? That's really fucked up to even think about that, to even have that come out your mouth. And then when Christine said that she wanted a divorce and told him not to stay in the house, he's bitching and moaning about not being able to stay up in the house and, you know, this my house. But bitch, you got 3 other houses to fucking go to. Go stay there. Go stay there. You mad because she put your shit out? She was done with you, bitch. Go stay there. Go stay with Robin, okay? That's where you want to go at anyway. Don't tell me that you don't want to have a romantic marriage or relationship and then you think that I want you to stay up in the house with me when that's what I was wanting? That's what I was trying to fix and get to? And they've been having trouble for years, and he's trying to, and what bothers me also is that Christine is literally telling him, we have been having these problems for years, and he is acting like these problems just happened a couple of years ago. And Christine said, no, bitch, it's been happening for years. I just cannot stand the ego on him, the narcissistic attitude of him. It is disgusting. Baby, I'm sorry. Okay. Got that up. Good. It went through. And if it's some problems with it, baby, it's just some problems with it. But no, he just so fucking egotistical. It don't make no fucking sense. And he's so prideful that he cannot take accountability for anything. For anything. And when they brought up the whole situation about his daughter Isabel, who had to go get the surgery, and they brought it up later on in the show, like probably a couple of episodes ago, or either last week or whatever, baby, he said the reason why he didn't want to go to New Jersey because he had to work and he couldn't stay out there because they had to stay out there for like a month or so. And I said, so you mean to tell me? He was like, because he got the other families and all that other stuff. It was excuse. So you mean to tell me that you could not take off a week and be out there with your daughter? You didn't even have to stay the whole time. It's the fact that you even showed up that would have mattered to her. And you just don't understand. And the fact that he can't realize how that's going to affect her. And she's going to remember that for the rest of her life. I had to have a surgery that could have cost my life. That could have cost me my walking abilities. And my father didn't even show up. And he's giving all these excuses as to why he couldn't. But yet he'll go to a funeral in the same situation. But he wouldn't show up for me. He went off and got somebody else married and officiated their marriage, and he wouldn't even show up for his child. That's fucked up. And it was just, you know, what bothers me also is Mary. Mary literally sat there with Robin and was so deep in her feelings. And Robin, I just don't understand Robin's a little, you know, on the short bus or whatever, because the fact, and I get it, y'all in this situation where y'all was, you wanted to be sister wives and you wanted to have that connection and be there forever, and you didn't think about divorcing and all this shit and all this stuff. And Robin and Mary's thing is, how do you know that that's really what you want to do? How do you know that you exhausted everything that you needed to do to fix things and it just couldn't be fixed or whatever? How come you just can't try to stick it out? And I'm sitting here mind blown, like, are we back in the dark ages? Like, why are we thinking these little small thoughts? Like, why are we thinking this way? Because Mary, you literally sat there and you are allowing yourself to be looked over. You are allowing yourself to be this man's so-called friend, even if that's what you are, because you are holding on hope that he would come back around and want something romantic with you. You have nothing to offer him at this point. You can't bear him a child. He's not attracted to you anymore. He's not even in love with you. You have nothing for him. And you are sitting here hoping that he stays or he comes back to you. Meanwhile, he's over there saying, if Mary was to go find somebody else, I have no connection with Mary. I'm not, you know, I don't ever see myself trying to get back with her. That connection is all gone. If she was to go ahead and try to get married to somebody else, I wouldn't care. Because he had a problem with the fact that Christine was leaving and that she could possibly get with somebody else and take his baby from her. He's all up in his, and they're really all up in their feelings because Christine want to go back to Utah. And it's like, oh, you're really breaking up the family. Well, bitch, she leaving. She ain't got to fucking stay with y'all, okay? And then you can't get divorced unless you go to our church and you get divorced. And I'm sitting here like, first of all, they're not even legally married, okay? And you talking about this spiritual shit. She's not even in the same fucking faith as you, okay? So, you know, she don't believe in that polygamy bullshit no more. You know what I'm saying? She don't believe in y'all structure or whatever no more. She's out here about to do her own thing. And it's like Robin and Mary really got up in their feelings because they want her to stay. And mostly I feel like Mary wanted her to stay because Mary didn't want to be the only one that looked dumb as fuck for staying because she has no reason to stay. Okay, at this point in time, I just don't understand what is going on with Mary. Like, are you scared to go venture out and do things on your own? Are you scared to go and start over? It's not too late. I will be good goddamn if I settle for less. And Mary is literally settling for less because she thinks less of herself. Okay? You can't tell me no different, because ain't no way in hell I am not about to be out here getting the good sex of my life, okay? I am not about to be sitting here wasting that second wind of life, bitch, getting some good sex, having some good conversation with some good people, starting a bomb-ass business, and making a way for my motherfucking self, okay? That is what I will be doing. Because let me just tell you this. Granted, them wives don't look like much, but bitch, Cody don't look like he know how to do anything in that bedroom. I don't understand how he got all them goddamn kids. Obviously, he did something, but it just don't look like it is fun at all, okay? I said, y'all probably don't even know what ass face down, ass up mean, okay? Because it just don't look like you can give that. I said, you don't even look like you can reach all the way up in that, okay? Girl, I'm sorry, I just had to go there, because I just don't see it, bitch. And then he had the nerve to tell Christine that he was never attracted to her when they got married, and he should never got married to her in the first place, and you wonder why they all got these fucking problems that you've been having for the past few years. I said, Christine, get your shit and get the fuck out, okay? Girl, Mary so in her feelings when they found out that Christine was leaving in a week. Oh, so you're leaving, okay? And I said, bitch, you better pipe the fuck down. And when Robin had to try to come at Christine and trying to invalidate her feelings about her experience in Vegas with Cody, I said, now, Robin, boo, baby, you better sit that ass down and you better shut that mouth up. Because how dare you try to gaslight her like Cody is doing, because that's all he's doing, and and make it seem as if what she experienced is not what she experienced. If that's what she experienced, that's what she experienced. She experienced it, not you. So how dare you get up in your feelings? And it's the fact that they're letting this get so deep into them, affect them so bad. At one point, Robin was up in that confession like, I don't understand. Like, why would you? I said, what are you breaking down for? You don't want this woman to live her life. You don't want this woman to be happy. That's some selfish ass fucking shit. And don't give me that religious bullshit. Like, come on, you as a woman. You as a woman. Y'all, baby, I'm sorry. I cannot be around weak people. Can't be around weak people, and I have no sympathy for them at all. No sympathy for them. You want to stay and you want to be manipulated. You want to be controlled and all this shit by this man who ain't even. Ugh. But then again, look at the only one that I really actually like is Janelle. Okay, you know, they was talking shit about her camping and everything, and I was like, it ain't nothing. It ain't for you. So why are you talking so much? They're so fucking negative. I said, Christine, please get the hell up out of there and go find your life, okay? Go find your happiness, baby. You know. And then Cody exploding. Cody cannot take his accountability for anything. All right, he wants to put it all on Christine. He wants to be so mad at her because, oh, not only do you want to get a divorce, but you're trying to make it seem like we're already divorced. Baby, we're divorced. We're not even together. We was never really married, okay? And you want to go to Utah. You're breaking up the family. No, bitch. How about you look and see as to what it is that you contributed? Because he getting mad as if everything is all Christine's fault. It ain't just one person that's doing all this. It's both of y'all. And she trying to take some, you know, that she was jealous, that she was this and she was that. And what about you, Cody? Can you take some accountability? That's too far much and too much to ask for him. Oh my God, it just bothered me so much. And Mary, girl, you're really the most pathetic woman that I've seen on TV. You really are. To have such a strong-willed daughter come out of you, something got crossed. Something got crossed. I don't know. But anyway, y'all tell me how y'all feel about that. And before I get off of here, I know some of y'all was like, Ashley, talk about personal, what is it called? Reasonable doubt. Girl, I feel like the finale coming on next week. I think it's only 8 episodes. But I have been watching it because I said I was going to watch it. It's not It's not good enough for me to review like you know, individual reviews, but it's good enough to watch. You know, if you can get past the script, if you can get past that. My problem is the actress that plays Jax. I wish it was another actress. Cause baby, that scene where she started crying when she was talking to her friend. I said, girl, what? That was convincing, y'all. That was convincing, y'all. Hold on. Bitch, it is too early in the morning for me to be cracking the fuck up like this. Girl, I said that, Jack, stop it. I need to find out what this actress lady name is. You know, I don't want to offend her because she's a beautiful woman. Like, we could probably be friends off saying, but baby, this acting shit, well, at least this role, okay? It's just not doing it for me, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, we already figured some shit out, you know what I'm saying? In this episode that came on today, or yesterday, I should say, you know, it confirmed that Paul was sexually harassing and molesting her, you know, tried to put a move on her, was grazing against her, doing all that stuff. And she said, I felt like he was grooming me. And that bitch gonna lie, of course. He ain't even on his deathbed, bitch. He wasn't even gonna tell the truth. But we already knew that's what it was, because as soon as I realized how she didn't want him around her daughter by himself, yeah, I knew what it was. Mr. Damon. Mr. Damon, aka Michael Ealy, baby, I'm gonna need you to get your shit together, okay? Because I just don't, after seeing him play so many roles where he's like this upstanding guy, you know, clean cut with the suit and all this stuff, and now for him to go back to almost as if he Ricky from Barbershop, you know, like a little hardcore, and then he got this little slang and everything going. I said, it just don't fit you no more, boo-boo. Maybe back then it did, but you didn't pay too many, you know, suit and tie motherfuckers or whatever. And, I just don't see it. But, you know, after he saw them phone messages that Will was sending the security guard. Now, see, I thought Will was going to be the one that was going to kidnap her that we saw when the episode, well, when the season first opened up in the very first episode. Y'all remember that, right? All of this is like 6 months. This is 6 months before leading up to what happened in the first episode at the very beginning. And we're going to see that next week. I thought it was going to be Will. Now, I did not realize that Damon had... Now, I knew he looked at her messages. I did not realize that he deleted them, okay? Because Will had called her and was like, bitch, you know, you ain't been getting my messages. And I said, Will, you've been calling her phone like a fucking crazy person. Will came over there to the house because she was already out there. He was already out there because, you know, she wasn't answering the calls or whatever. And so she let him in. I said, bitch, you better than me because I would never. We'll talk through the intercom. We'll talk to the intercom, okay? But she let him in, and basically Will is like, the only reason why I've been calling your ass is because I put two and two together. It's the reason why, you know, I got fired and everything. Not only did I get fired from this, I got fired from the whole fucking company because your husband, he was looking at us when we was fucking, and I feel sure that you set that shit up, and so I done lost everything fucking around with your ass, and all I want to do is get a fucking recommendation from you, and you would never hear me again, okay? She was like, okay, cool, fan, I go write it or whatever. Let me go get you something right now. Baby, why she go in there to go get something and fucking Damon came in there and saw him in there? It was like, the fuck you up in here for, huh? This my woman. Beat his ass up. I said, excuse me, Damon. You just got your ass out of jail. And this is what we're going to do? This is what we're going to do? I just was not here for that. I mean, he turned into his character from 4 Color Girls. For 4 Color Girls. I said, baby, what is going on, Damon? And Miss Jax is over there shitting bricks. She's scared. She's having flashbacks. Oh my God. Don't do that. I said, girl, you ain't finna scare me like this. Now, see, I like a little aggression, but baby, that ain't what I'm talking about. I said, you know, you beat ass when it's supposed to be beat ass. This was not that situation. Baby, he whooped Will ass so good. Will said, bitch, you ain't gonna never see it from me again. I swear to God, bitch, that ever since you came up into my life been fucked up, bitch. I don't wanna have nothing to do with you. Fuck you, bitch. And he got the fuck up out of there. I said, now, Damon, you can't expect her to want you back like that after you did some shit like that. And then for him to say, I'm her man. I said, when she said that you was her man? I mean, just going out on a few dinners with you or whatever, because y'all had a little connection, but it's a 16 long year. I did not know it was 16 years that they was doing this shit. I didn't know he was in jail that long. Bitch, I said, all right, them feelings have been harboring real deep. And now it's like, who is the one that's going to kidnap her? Because it ain't going to be Will. Because I thought it was going to be him. When I found out that I thought he was really stalking her because he couldn't let go of the, they set it up like that. You remember when they got through doing they do, and then he was cooking breakfast in the morning? Don't cook me breakfast in the morning if it's a one-night thing. Take your ass gone. You can go. Your service is no longer needed, okay? So that what was going on. And I was just like, why would you jeopardize yourself like that? And this whole situation with, Sean Patrick Thomas' character, I think his name is Braden, okay, the black billionaire, or almost billionaire that's supposed to kill that girl, when he tried to force himself on Jax because he was drunk, I said, first of all, Jax, why are we in his house, okay? We could have met at the office. And ain't no way in hell I'm finna hug nobody. That's my client, and we ain't even won nothing yet. Okay, so get up out my personal space. That's two. That motherfucker, I just knew he was gonna do that because when they brought up earlier in the episode about him allegedly raping old girl that is dead, and then she dropped all the stuff or whatever, I said, oh, so it's gonna come back, and she's gonna realize that, yeah, he aggressive too, just like old girl said. Girl, and then when the partner went on ahead and took over his company, I saw that coming a mile away. I knew that coming when he was up there conspiring and talking to the other guy that's on the council and was telling him don't say nothing to Jax and all this stuff, don't get her involved. I knew that shit. I said, ugh. First of all, you can't trust the people that you try to hang out with. And I'm talking about palm colors. You know what I'm saying? Some white people, sometimes you just really can't trust them. That's why I would like to be friends. I went, listen, I'm going to just be real with y'all. Sometimes I think about being like good friends with white people. And then sometimes I just be like, I don't know if I can really trust them. Because what if they get mad with me at one occasion and then call me a nigger? You know what I'm saying? Or call me some other derogatory words or whatever. And then I'm going to have to fuck them up. And then they probably going to call the cops on me and I'm going to be in jail. And then, shit just going to go from there. And I just don't want to, I'm going to have trust issues even more. So, it just be a debate sometimes. I be trying, but my mind sometimes don't let me go there. I know all the white people are not bad, but, you got your rotten apples. Y'all saw that bitch that was calling that black girl that stuff at that, University of Kentucky? Yeah. That black, you got the right one, because you probably would have got fucked up if you got anybody else. For real. Anyway... yeah, and then Jax figured out who it is. Now, who y'all think it is? Who y'all think who the killer is? I don't know. I don't know at this point. I don't know. I will say this. I don't know. I never knew who the killer was. Because at first I thought it was Braden, but then I said that's too obvious. Then when she started saying that it could be Sarah, the way that she set her ass up, his wife, I said, oh, it could have been. Because, it made it seem like she had something going on with old girl, ex-husband. And then sucked him off and all that shit. I said, wait, what the fuck was that? Just to get back at your husband? Girl, so let me fuck the lady that he cheated on me with husband. I said, okay. I said, Christian, you let that white lady do that to you? She ain't even cute like that. I'm still mad at Jack's ex-husband or soon-to-be ex-husband or almost ex-husband or maybe ex-husband. I'm so mad that he fucked that girl. I'm so mad at that. But he was like, bitch, we getting a divorce. It took him to say, I'm going to get an attorney and we finna vow for divorce for Jax to want to call him and say, I don't want us to leave. I don't want a divorce and all that shit. You doing all this fucking with everybody else. What do you want, girl? You don't know what you want, okay? But anyway, that's personal doubt. Who y'all think is the kidnapper and who y'all think is the killer? Put that in the comments. But I'm gonna give y'all this. Should I upload it tonight? I'm gonna upload it tonight so y'all can have it in the morning. But I'll see y'all later, okay? I'm tired. I'm also high, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, I'll see y'all later. Bye.